Hey, it's your boy Crypto Expert Live, back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Merlin Chain. Merlin Chain is a native Bitcoin layer 2. Now, they're having like an airdrop for 20% of the supply. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's probably not the video or the answer that you probably want to hear, but you know, I just try to keep it real. So let's roll that intro and let's get into the video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So this one here, this Merlin Seal Live, this is basically the you stake Bitcoin and you rack up points. Basically, that's kind of like how it's going to work. Okay, you need to bridge Bitcoin over to their native layer 2 solution using Bitcoin's potential with native L1 assets. Okay, but it's still bridging over to them. It's not. Well, everything's going to be settled on Bitcoin layer 1, but this is like it's settling on layer 2, but it's not settling on layer 1. The assets are layer 1 assets using ZK rollup. So it's kind of like technical how they're doing it. But a lot of these projects, they use later technology to make the crypto space a lot more friendly, bridging from different chains. But I think long term, I think this project is going to be really good for Bitcoin. And it says here, Merlin supports various types of assets. Merlin will bring innovation and utilities on layer 2 with those innovative layer 1 assets. Yeah, again, this is not settling on the layer 1 Bitcoin because it's literally impossible to do that. Lower fees, high scalability. Bitcoin proposal supports ZK rollup on Bitcoin native innovation. So this is like legit project. Okay, there's a lot of money being poured into this, as you can see. Look at the investors, and if we go and have a look at their Twitter, you can see here they raised 543 million in 24 hours. So this is super hyped up. A lot of this, it's going to support Bitmap. So Bitmap's like a big project on Bitcoin, and it's like you buy land. I'm not part of Bitmap. BRC20 kind of like is the protocol. So a lot. This is going to, like I said, long term. I think this is going to be great for Bitcoin. But to get into this project, I'm not going to do this one because you have to bridge your Bitcoin over, and I'm very reluctant on separating myself from Bitcoin. Okay, so my Bitcoin is basically my retirement fund, but you can use this to get this MIL token. All you need to do is come along here and you just go bridge to seal, and you basically come along here, enter your Bitcoin that you want to bridge over, and you're going to get these points. And once you bridge here, and then you go bridge to chain, so you've got to basically stake your Bitcoin. They're calling staking, right? Which is kind of like putting your Bitcoin, locking it up, and then it's kind of, you get this credit, kind of like let's just call it M Bitcoin, this ERC20, or this kind of this layer 2 solution, right, with their own sort of solution that is equivalent to the Bitcoin, right? And then once you do that, then you can bridge over that into the Merlin, which represents your stake. Okay, so a lot of people in the Discord are looking at this and they're super hyped, right? Super hyped. But I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or a negative, but I think that this is it's not going to be the one that's worth doing because it's super hyped, and there's already like 1 million participants. Like, they've even posted on their Discord and their somewhere along here, I saw that it was like 1 million participants. So I think that this is a great project, but I think it's not worth going to be doing, because it's going to be like Manta, right? So hyped up, and then when people got the allocation, they were disappointed. It's going to be the same with this. So I won't be doing this one, but I try to find the tokenomics because people are going to know the tokenomics. This is important. So I did find this particle network. They did do like a they gave away like 1 million Bitcoin or something like that, and it shows you here. This is like I couldn't find the tokenomics on the website or in the docs, or couldn't find, but I found it here, and it's basically 2.1 billion. And then they were going. The valuation is 100,000 launching evaluation. And they would basically gave away 21 million. So you could, kind of figure out the evaluation that they're looking at raising. But here, if you look at the launchpad price, now obviously this is a launchpad price, right? It's only like 47. So, if you participate in this, you're going to have to really like put in a large amount of BTC. Like I'm talking like 5 to 10 BTC. I think there's like a whale cap at 100 BTC, but it kind of favors people that put in more than 1 BTC. So, you're really going to have to put in 1 BTC or to 5 BTC to get anything worth out of this, because when you come along here, it's the devil's in the details, right? There's a service fee of 0.0003 BTC. So every person that transacts with this layer 2, their Merlin protocol, they're going to take $14 out of every transaction. $14. So you kind of got to think, okay, it's going to cost me $14 just to get into this, but how much money am I going to make? Well, what I read was from the the Medium. They're giving away basically 20%. Okay, 20%. Now let's assume that you came in with a ton of BTC and you got 1% of the airdrop. 1%. Now that's a big call. Like you're 1 in 100 people. That's highly unlikely, but you got to come in with a shitload of BTC and to get 1%, right? But if we work it off this, if you get 1% of 21 million here, which is they dropped 1% into the in this launchpad. All right, they gave away 1% here, but in the actual in this launch, in this what they call Merlin seal, they're giving away 20%. So here we can kind of figure out and sort of backtrack. We get 1%. Let's say we got 1% of this. That means that we would get like 21. What is it? 21 million. We got one more there. We got 1% times 0.01. We get 210,000 tokens. All right. This just gives you an indication. And then you multiply by the launchpad price and times 0.40 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 7, 6, 2, or 4, 7, 6, 2, $10. All right. Now, let's assuming that you're going to get 1% of, and you come in with like 5 BTC, you get like 1% of this launch, which is given away 20%. So then you multiply this by 20. You're going to get $200. Then you're going to take away, then you're going to take away $14. You're left with $186. And then don't forget, you're going to have to, if you want to cash that out, actually you probably able to cash that Merlin out on a layer 2, so you don't have to move it back out. But at some point you're going to want to remove your BTC. There mightn't be a fee. But if there is a fee, then you're going to have to pay another $14 to get your BTC out. I would say there's likely to be a fee to move this out, because you're gonna what you're doing is you're staking it. So you're probably going to be, they're probably moving it somewhere So then you take away another, I could be wrong, but I mean, you take another $14 away. So we're at 186. Well, can't even do this calculator. 186. And then we take another $14. You're only going to be left with $172. That's if you get 1% of this. 1% of the, you're like 1 in 100 people, right? 1 in 100 people. To get 1% of this launch, don't forget, there's 1 million people already in this launch. You're going to be in the top 1%. There's already 1 million people that have come into this. It's not going to be worth it, in my opinion. Now, this is launch price, okay? So, this could 100x. This launch price could 100x. But, it's 2.1 billion supply. Yes, it could 100x or it could 1000x. So that's kind of like what you're looking at. Your allocation could 100x. Okay, so your or it could even 1000x. Let's just say your what do we say? 186 take away 14. Say you get $172 worth, and then it does 100x. It's worth it. It's going to be worth it. You're going to get 17,000. If it does 1000x, you're going to get 172,000. So based off this, it's not going to be worth it. Just like like getting it. Your allocation is going to be small. However, if it does moon and it goes like 1,000 from now, 1000x from now, so all those, just delete all those zeros. If it goes to 47 cents, yes, then you're 170k. So that's kind of like what you're looking at here. Go ahead and come along to Merlin. I'll put the link below. You have to basically give up or stake your BTC. I'm not sure of how long it takes to unstake it. You have to come and look at the Merlin FAQs. They do have like ask anything. What else was there? There was like a FAQ section. Check FAQs. All right, so this is a FAQs made by the community. It's on Notion. Yeah, it's on Notion. So you can read all this, and it gives you like the nitty gritty of what's happening. You can get locked up, yada yada yada. But I actually think that this would actually be a good project to try to buy on the launch as people dump, and then try to snap it up really cheap. You know what I mean? Like try to snipe it, in other words, and then hold it long term, because I think that this is going to be a good project long term. So if you want to participate, go to Merlin Chain, come along here, bridge your BTC, and then it's going to cost. Don't forget, it costs you $14. So you're going to have to bridge at least minimum $1,000 or 10,000 to make it worth it, and then bridge it over, which costs $0 because obviously you're already on their layer 2, and then you'll get points. Now, if you want to find out how much points are, you can go. There's already people posting kind of like how much they got. They're already posting in the Discord their points, but it's not a lot. I'm telling you now. So the reason why they have points, this is the kicker. A lot of people, that's why I don't like these points. That's why I don't like these points. The points doesn't mean that you're going to get that many tokens. It just represents your percentage. You know what I mean? So it can move either way. It can go up or it can go down. And then they kind of like get all the points together, and then they figure out how many points equal how much of the distribution, or 20%. If you know what I mean, right? It doesn't represent the amount of tokens. So let's say you get 50,000 points. Doesn't mean that you're going to get 50,000 coins. It means that your points are worth 50,000. So this is a way of how airdrop projects use the point system to kind of like get the most value from users. Like in Manta as well, people were referring new users to using their referral link, and they were putting in like 100 ETH, 200 ETH, but they only got like points. They didn't get like direct money related to that deposit. They only got points, and then once the points translated, they were literally worth not much at all. So, you know, even though they brought on people that deposited hundreds of dollars worth of ETH, hundreds of ETH, sorry, so that we're talking hundreds of thousands, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 300, $500,000 worth of ETH, their actual allocation, those points equated to like very, very little money at all. So that's why they use points. It's not a real indication of your tokens. All right. So again, I'm not trying to downplay this, but I'm just trying to give people a perspective that these hyped up launches, that there's a million people, they go the same way as Manta. People FOMO and ape into these things, and then they get such little allocation, then they kick and scream because they didn't do their due diligence, and they didn't figure out that these hyped up launches are the worst ones, because the more people that come into it, the less it has to be distributed to everyone. You got to understand that, you know. That's why it's best to get into the really good projects that are less, like, that not many people know about. So anyway, that's Merlin Chain. I'll put the official links down below if you want to participate. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.